Imagine you're an ordained Franciscan priest and your elder friar, who you've been serving for 10 years, shocks you by saying, "Go and convert to Islam." This is the extraordinary story of Anselm Turmeda, a Franciscan priest in 14th century Italy, who against all odds converted to Islam. Anselm Turmeda was born in 1355 on the Spanish island of Majorca. In his youth, he received an exceptional education, mastering Latin and Greek, and studying the Bible in depth. He then attended the University of Lerida in the Kingdom of Aragon and traveled to continue his studies in theology at the prestigious universities of Paris and Bologna. His life seemed set. He was on the path to becoming a great Christian scholar. However, in Bologna, his entire life took an unexpected turn. Turmeda studied under an old priest named Nicolau Martel, who was highly respected for his knowledge and piety. One day upon his illness, Turmeda, along with the other priests, went into a deep discussion about religious matters till they came to the issue of the Paraclete. Anselm Turmeda details this in his book, The Gift to the Intelligent for Refuting the Arguments of the Christians, where he says, "I went to my priest, and as usual he asked about what was discussed in the meeting that day. I mentioned to him the different opinions of the priests regarding the name Paraclete and how they finished the meeting without clarifying its meaning. He asked me, 'What was your answer?' I gave him my opinion, which was taken from my interpretation of a well-known exegesis. He said that I was nearly correct, adding, 'But the truth is different from all of that. This is because the interpretation of that noble name is known only to a small number of well-versed scholars, and we possess only a little knowledge.' Surprised, Turmeda then kissed his teacher's feet and pleaded for the secret of the Paraclete's true identity. To his utter disbelief, the old priest confessed that the figure was none other than the Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. Stunned by this revelation, Anselm asked what he should do with this knowledge. The elder friar replied, 'If you are wise and hope to save yourself, then race to that which will achieve this life and the hereafter.' He confessed that he had discovered this truth in his later years, but it was only his fear of sacrificing comfort and prestige for the prospect of a miserable death that had kept him from embracing Islam. With 50 golden dinars, Turmeda set sail. He arrived in Majorca and stayed with his parents for 6 months, then spent 5 months in Sicily waiting for a ship bound for Muslim lands. He eventually reached Tunis, reverted to Islam, and spent the rest of his life there under the name Abdallah at Taryuman. His tomb remains in Tunis to this day. Despite his entirely Christian upbringing, formal education, and life in Italy, one of the most devout bastions of Christendom, Anselm discovered the